Hey, time travelers! If you were alive back in 1986, you probably remember the tragic moment on January 28th, 1986, when the Space Shuttle Challenger suddenly exploded in the sky. One of the passengers was Krista McAuliffe, a 37-year-old social studies teacher who was chosen as part of NASA's Teachers in Space program, which is why so many of us kids were watching the launch at school that day. I remember my class was taken into the library where a TV was brought out, and we all were there to watch the launch together. Then something really terrible happened. Something went wrong only 73 seconds after the Challenger took off. It exploded right before our eyes. Everyone was confused, scared, and very sad. But did you know that Krista was not the first choice by NASA to send into space? Some of you already may know this, but I just found out yesterday and I was shocked. Guess who could have been on the Challenger that day? Freaking Big Bird. Yeah, the super lovable bird from Sesame Street. Can you imagine? Carol Spinney, the puppeteer inside the yellow feathered suit, was actually invited by NASA to join the Challenger mission. Carol Spinney said in an interview, "NASA once sent me a letter asking if I'd be willing to orbit the Earth as Big Bird to inspire kids to love space. He even mentioned that he was the first non-astronaut civilian to be asked to go into space." However, plans fell through. Carol believes it was because Big Bird was 8 feet 2 inches tall. It would have just been too big. In 2015, NASA confirmed that they did talk to Sesame Street about it, but the plan was never approved. Can you imagine? All of us kids were devastated that a teacher had been on the Challenger, but can you imagine if we had just watched Big Bird die?